Okay, YouTubers, I'm in my entertainment center and starting to build this platform back here. I took some initial measurements and we're about 13 feet lengthwise, and I decided I wanted it to be 6 foot deep. I put some marks, now you can't see them, the 2x8s in the way, on the floor, exactly where it's going to be. Went down to Lowe's, picked up the timber I needed, cross-cut it upstairs, and just carried it down. So I've marked out, I'm going to do 24 inches on center, starting from here. And I've pulled myself back from the wall a little bit. I can't get my gun in there. And if I pull forward much further, I'm going to hit the grill on my speaker or that door jamb. So I decided I can get my screw gun back there, so I'll just screw in the back side, and I'll use the nail gun on the front side. But I did 24 inches on center, which got me to 7, and then of course you need an extra one on the end. Got 3 pieces of 4x8 subflooring. This is just your, I think it's Georgia Pacific. There's a rough side, there's a smooth side. You want to make sure your smooth side is up. So what I'm going to do next is nail these in. It's just like framing a wall that I showed very, very early on. And then I'll slide the whole thing back. I'll probably need some help with that. Then I'm going to find some studs in the wall with my stud finder and run some nails into there to attach it to the wall so that this platform is solid. Then I'll measure for this OSB and make sure it lands right in the middle of a stud down here and rip those out and fill in the pieces. And then the platform will be done. So real quick, easy little project, heavy wood, but easy little project. And I went for 2x8s, which I think are going to be just about right, you know, for just having a simple step up to, I've got my screen up, but to just give you, whoops, as I trip on the wood, just give you that extra little bit of oomph back here when we've got our couches. So we got 2 couches coming that we ordered for February 4th. So this is all got to be built. And then the next 2 weeks, they're coming to do the floor. They're going to do the tile work and the engineered hardwood in here first. And then the next weekend after next, they're going to come and do the carpet, which is going to be the stairs in there, the carpet in here, which will go up and over the platform, and the carpet in there. I also finished, I don't think I videoed this, but you'll see in the carpeted areas, they wanted me to go ahead and lay the baseboard so that they can tuck the carpet down underneath of it. So that's the other reason I got to get this platform done so that I can finish doing the baseboard. You can see it's on this side and go across and up. And I'll do something about that when I get it all done. So just a little update. Thanks for watching. Okay guys, about 5 minutes later, probably more like 30. Screwed, nailed in place, pushed back, looks good. It does have, because it's wood, there's like a little rock. So I made sure when I built this, you heard it there where I hit it. And the floor is not level either. If you look at the gap on the floor, you'll see it's low here, comes up high there, and then goes back low. So, not a huge deal. But what I'm going to do is, I got my level out. I'm going to level it to the wall. Like I said, take the stud finder out, pop, 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 pop into the walls so it's tight into the walls. I've also got some shims out there. So, like you can kind of see, there are gaps. And I'll shim under there just so we don't get any movement on it. I'll also be using some of this liquid nails subfloor, but I'm sure any construction adhesive will work. So I'll probably put a little bit of that underneath some of the low spots in here to help set it in. And then I'll definitely be using that on the top of all of these 2x8s across the front when I put the subfloor down, and then screw the subfloor into those studs. You really want to use that construction adhesive so you don't get squeaks and pops and clicks and stuff like that. So that's where I'm at. Okay guys, just doing a dry fit of that 4x8 sheet. And we can see here, just a little bit off. It is even. And the reason I think we're off is because I mean, this is obviously, it's 8 foot, and each one of these is 2 spaces, and then with the 1.5 inch gaps. But I was thinking in my head that it would land halfway in between one of those, but no, it wouldn't. So I've got plenty of spare 2x8 from where I cut these off. Like I said, these are 5'9", and then you got 1.5 inches here and 1.5 inches back there, which will give you 6 foot. So they come in 8 foot length, so I've got plenty of extra cutoffs. I'm gonna put them in there and just nail them in, and then I'll put the glue down, lay that down, and be able to screw that down into a solid foundation. And then I can take my next one, then I can get my measurement off of that and line this one out, put a rip fence in there and rip it with my little saw here that I don't use very often except when I have something big like this. Usually I rip things down at my table saw, but I just didn't do that today. So. Since we're kind of building this on the fly, mental design. So I'll rip it off, it'll go in there. And then my next piece, since this is 6 foot and these are 4 foot widths, I should be able to rip one of these right down the middle, straight across, again, just using a fence and my little handsaw there. And they should fit in there. And then across to there. And what I might do is actually overlap these. So I'll have this one here. My next piece, I might go from here this way. I don't know, we'll have to see how the math works out. I was never paid attention to that stuff in high school, and I should have. So here we go, we're making progress. Okay guys, just so you can see how I'm ripping this, I just measured my measurement, which I talked with my son and we decided we're going to have the 3/4 inch hangover, and then I'll get my router out and probably just route a bull nose on it. Although I don't think it'll matter because they're going to carpet over this anyway. So, and the padding will take care of it, but I might ease it over. But anyway, so I needed 25.5 inches. So I measured to my line, which you can see there, and then I set my fence up to account for that black piece on my circular saw, so that I can just rip it right down there. And then that piece, I think, I'm gonna have to dry fit it, but I think it's gonna go in here first, so that we'll have this overlap over here, and then we'll have another overlap over here somewhere, if it works out that way. But and then I should have enough, these are 4 foot wide, so 25.5, that's not going to leave enough on this piece. But I've got the half of this sheet here, so I should have enough to make up the difference, I hope. Because I only got 3 sheets of that, and I really don't want to go buy another one. So that's where we're at. You know, it's 5:30 here now. I should have this trimmed down and all sewn up here by 6:30 max. And then it'll be there. So stay tuned. Okay guys, last challenge, I got that piece down and I decided because of the way it was gonna fall, I just went ahead and left the seam there. Otherwise it was gonna be between two 24-inch spans and I didn't want to do that if I moved that whole piece down. So now I've got just this small piece, which is left over from that cutoff. And I've got this long piece, but it's only 22 inches wide. So what I'm going to do, I just kind of dry fitted this, is I'm going to take another one of my cutoffs. If you can see here, this will fit if I add a cutoff on here. And put a 2x6 cutoff in there, bang, 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 bang. And then I'll put this piece in there. And then I'll only have a piece that's about 18 inches. So I can cut that down 18 inches wide by 25.5 long and take that piece, which will then go on those two joists right there. And so all my seams and everything will line up and it'll be nice and even and flat. So that's what I'm doing. Okay guys, so here it is, all done. Just put in the last piece over here. You'll notice a little red on the boards. I cut my finger. Actually, the drill bit accidentally ran through my finger. So, I really hate it when that happens, but that's how you earn your man card. But the steps are all in, or platform step, whatever you want to call it. I did do the lip over the edge here. And I'll come back probably tomorrow and maybe ease that over with a router bit. But really happy with it. All the screws are in, everything's down. I've still got a little bit of my board left. So I was able to do it with 3 sheets. So awesome blossom. Now to finish up the baseboards tomorrow around here, and then I'll really be ready for the flooring guys. So I'll probably concentrate on some other finish work. I've still got to do finishing around the windows and grates and some things like that, paint the doors, but it's all looking good. Stay tuned.